ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राढ्याः पारिषद्याः परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिघ्नः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र सर्गो वृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोच्चितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यम् तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now with Bhagavan's Anugraham, we will continue from where we left off in our last session. Adhyayam Skandham 4 as 31 Adhyayangal, as mentioned earlier. We have completed 6 of them. And this portion deals with the Daksha Prajapati, is Yajnam, Sati Devi, and how the Yajnam now in Adhyayam 7. We are going to see how Rudra, Sivaperuman, restores the Yajnam, gets it fulfilled, also restores Daksha. And there is a very beautiful Vishnu Stuti that is coming. So we will partake all that before we move on to Adhyayam 8, where we will begin imbibing one of the greatest bhaktas, if I can say it that way, which I do not have qualifications to really determine, but a very phenomenal or enchanting, inspiring bhakta, let me put it that way, of Dhruva Charitram, that's going to begin in Adhyayam 8. Now, in Adhyayam 7, which we'll take up today with Bhagavan's Anugraham, the subject matter is Rudra Varadanam, Daksha Jivanam, Yajna-sandhanam Sarvadeva Krita Vishnu-Stutihi Cha. Fourth subject, Rudra-Varadhanam. Rudra gives the varam, blesses. Daksha-Jivanam. Daksha is resuscitated. Yajna-sandhanam. Yajna is completed. And Sarvadeva Krita Vishnu-Stutihi. Stutihi. All Devargal joined together. There is a beautiful prayer and a stuti that is also coming up. Atha Saptamodhyayah. Now the seventh adhyayam. Maitreya Uvacha. Iti Ajena Anunitena Bhavena Paritushyata Abhyadayi Mahabaho Prahasya Sruyatam iti. Iti Ajena Anunitena Bhavena Paritushyata Abhyadayi Mahabaho Prahasya Sruyatam iti. Mahabaho, a Vidura with strong arms. Mahabaho, Baho means arms. Basically a warrior, very strong. Mahabaho. Iti Ajena Anunitena. Iti thus. Ajena. Ajaha, this case refers to Brahmadeva. Okay, by Ajena, by Brahmadeva, Brahmadevaral. Okay, also start looking into the what in Sanskritam is called as Vibhakti, which means what is the various grammatical attachments. In this case, it is Ajena. That means by Brahmadeva, by Ajena, Brahmadevaral. Anunitena, being prayed to thus by Brahmadeva. Paritushyata bhavena. Paritushyata, extremely pleased. When Bhagavan is pleased, nothing more is required. Every action, everything I do in my life, there's only one objective, to please him. That's an important lesson teaching from Hanuman that we have to take. Everything is for Bhagavat Preeti. Will Bhagavan be happy? Will he be pleased if I do this? Will he be pleased if I say this? Will he be pleased if I think like this? What do I do? So the focus should be to please him. Okay? So now Bhagavan Paritushyata, very pleased. Bhavena, again, see, Ajena, by Brahmadevaral. Bhavena, by Bhava. Bhava in this case refers to Paramasivan. By Sivan, Paramasivanal. Okay? Paritushyata Bhavena, the extremely pleased by the Paramasiva, who was extremely pleased by him. Sruyatam iti prahasya abhyadayi. Sruyatam. Okay? Sruyatam means let that be heard. In Tamil we say Ketkapadattum. Let that be heard. Iti thus prahasya, with a beautiful smile on his face. Abhyadayi, it was said. Abhyadayi, spoken. So Bhagavan Shiva, having been prayed to thus by Brahmadeva and other devas, very pleased with their prayers and worship, with a smile on his beautiful smile on his face, and very pleased by that prayer. And he spoke saying, let this be heard. So he's going to speak. And Bhagavan says, Srunu, many times, listen to me, hear me. Hear Sruyatam, let this be heard. Okay? And he spoke like this. So what did he say? Mahadeva Uvacha. Nagam prajesa balanam varnaye na anuchintaye deva maya abhibhutanam dandaha tatra dhruto maya. Nagam prajesa balanam varnaye na anuchintaye deva maya abhibhutanam dandaha tatra dhruto maya. Mahadeva Uvacha, Sri Mahadeva spoke. Bhagavan Rudra Shivaparuman now spoke. Uvacha. Prajesa, Praja Isa, the Lord, the Master of all the being, Praja Brahmadevare, he is addressing Brahmadevar. Balanam Agam, it is na Gam. The Ga, note that it is not Aham. Aham means I. Agam means impurity, fault. Okay, error. Agam, impurity. Okay. So, that's why Bhagavan is called Anagha. In Sanskrit, in Vishnu Sahasranamam, you say Anagha. Anagha means one who does not have any fault or impurity, faultless, perfect. Okay. Here, na agam, balanam agam, na varnaye, balanam. Balanam means not children. In spiritually speaking, all of us are children. But in what way we are children? Because we are ignorant. We are not wise. Or Muda Buddhi, as Shankara Bhagavad Padal says. So we are ignorant. So bound in ignorance, okay, Balanam, those ignorant peoples, Arivinargaluடைய, you can say like that, people who are weak in Buddhi, Avargaluடைய, with an apostrophe and yes, put it there. So, ignorant people's agam, mistakes, error, okay, faults. Na varnaye, I do not pay attention to that. I don't describe it. Varna means to describe, but in this case, it means he doesn't pay attention to that. Okay, he doesn't. He overlooks it. Is what it means. This is a very important statement from Bhagavan, because when we quote him, Swami, please forgive me, Shama, Chamichukongo, and all those things, we say, no, Bhagavan is not even, as a mother does, Divine Mother, she looks past our errors and all that, seriously, okay? And because the love is such that it's absolutely blind to a fault in any devotee. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also Swami assures, even the most intense, crooked, cruel person, when he thinks of me and prays to me and keeps my company, he becomes the holiest. So please understand it, and our job is to surrender everything to him, offer to him, and do the stuti, with Mam Namaskuru, as Bhagavan says, worship him. That is enough. And worship him with love. Mat Bhaktaha, worship with love. And Matyaji, offer, surrender everything to him. Manmana Bhava, think of me in your mind, do all this. That is enough. So he says, Balanam Agam Navarnaye. I do not look at people's faults and all that. I don't mind. I'm blind to that. Navarnaye. And na anuchintaye cha. I don't even think about this. I don't keep mulling over this. No, absolutely not. You can imagine Bhagavan giving an assurance like this. And he doesn't even say Bhaktanam Agam. He does not say only devotees' faults I overlook. He said Balanam. That is you and me, ignorant people. Like a child does a mistake out of ignorance, right? And the mother overlooks it. Of course, she'll correct it. You have to correct its behavior. Correspondingly, she may take some actions. Yeah, that is true. But there's no punishment. She looks beyond, past all those mistakes and correcting the child so that child can learn. Same way, Balanam Agam na varnaye na anuchintaye. Now, having said that, Devamaya Abhibhutanam, by this illusion, this power of separation, this delusion that has been created with Bhagavan, which are earlier, Durantaya, extremely difficult to cross. Abhibhutanam, because of that, these imagined births and deaths are there, right? We're all imagined only that our own beings and all that. So we are living in that imaginary world, those beings. Tatra, there, when they are living like this, Dandaha Maya Dhrutaha. Dandaha is loosely translated as punishment. Dandanai. Dandanai immediately means we think in terms of punishment. That in English, that's the way we all trying to think. But that is not what it means. When Bhagavan carries a dandam in his hand, it is not to punish. It is chastising. It is to bring me back in line and ordering in a disciplined way. In that process, educating me and making me learn and refine my mind. So dandaha. So maya dhrutaha. It has been said. This basically put, as Bhagavan said, when he created the world, he said, yes, this is the reason I created Ekoham Bahusyam. This is the reason. He has explained that very clearly. I've shared that with you many, many times. And then he said, yes, that is true. And you can do, no, I've also given you buddhi. And you do whatever you want. No problem. There is just one law, which is every action has got a reaction. You cannot escape that. Simple. So if you use the buddhi and do the right things, yes, correspondingly, the results are good and you go the right path. But if you use it wrong way, correspondingly, the results also will be there and you have to suffer. That is what will happening to all of that. This is what he means when he says, Tatra, in this prapanjam, the created world, dandaha, maya dhrutaha, this chastisement, this law of action and reaction, inviolable law, maya dhrutaha, has been established by me. I do not look at people's faults. Very important to understand Bhagavan Prema Swarupa. He is absolutely impartial, absolutely overlooks even the most heinous crime you commit. Bhagavan overlooks it. He doesn't even register. But the law that he has set in place, he always operates. Please remember that. Nagam prajesa balanam varnaye na anuchintaye devamaya abhibhutanam dandaha tatra dhruto maya. Number 3. Prajapatehe dagdhasishnaha bhavatu ajamukham siraha mitrasya chakshusha ikshata bhagam svam barhishabhagaha. Prajapatehe dagdhasishnaha bhavatu ajamukham siraha mitrasya chakshusha ikshata bhagam svam barhishaha bhagaha. Dagdha Sishnaha. Now, how was Daksha killed? His head was basically set in fire by Virabhadra. So, he says, Dagdha Sishnaha Prajapatehe Siraha Aja Mukham Bhavatu. Dagdha Sishnaha Prajapatehe Siraha Aja Mukham Bhavatu. In English order, Dagdha Sishnaha, with the head that has been burnt in fire. Who's got that? Prajapatehe Siraha. Prajapati's head. Prajapati, Daksha Prajapati. Prajapatehe. Prajapati's. Prajapati Nudaya. Siraha. Head. Ajamukam Bhavatu. Let that have the head of a goat. Ajaha, in this case, Aja, Mukham. Aja means a goat in this case. Mukham means face. Mukham also means number of other things, but here we take it as the face, the head, whatever you want to call it. So let that head, the Prajapati's head that was burnt out, let that Prajapati's head become the head of a goat. First sentence. Prajapatehe dagdha sishnaha bhavatu ajamukam shiraha mitrasya chakshusha ikshata. Mitrasya. Now, bhagaha ikshata bhagam swam barhishaha bhagaha. Swam bhagam barhisha. Okay. Now, Bhagaha, remember Bhaga is another Devan. You go back and look at the lineage, you will see that is born to the daughter of Prasuti, right? So you will see that, Prasuti, one of the daughters of one of the 13 daughters that she got married. You can check that for me. I'm speaking from memory. So Bhagaha was a deva that born. Now, what was he doing? Remember, his punishment was he was winking his eyes, and with his eye he was giving support to Daksha's heinous act. So naturally his eyesight was taken. So what he is taking now, he was looking at Bhagaha mit swam barhishaha bhagam mit all Devahas are offered or given their share of offerings in the yajna. Please remember that. Devahas is not a body. It is a divine aspect, different effulgence that is present. So one effulgence that present in different aspects of it, supporting our well-being. Okay, the power of eye, power of eyesight, power of hearing, so many ways. Power of the plant to grow from the soil. Everything has different aspects of the same one entity. So each aspect is a deva. That we have spoken about this before. That's why it's called effulgence deva. So Bhagat, so for each one, out of gratitude, our whole life, Sanatana Dharma is nothing but the teaching is basically only two. The whole life we must spend in gratitude and contentment. That's all it is, gratitude and contentment, and live happily. Be really grateful for everything that Bhagavan gives us in our life. So, as part of that, when you do yajna, we offer our gratitude. So these called the offerings. So that is the bhagam. Swam barhishaha bhagam. When you do havis, when the Purohita does the havis in the Agni, for this particular deva, for Bhaga, he utters a mantra and says, please, the swaha, he says like that, right? That means the swaha is another devata that carries this offering to the deva that has been addressed to. So he says, now what Bhagavan says, Bhagaha swam barhishaha bhagam. Now, since he has lost his eyesight, how can he know whether he is getting his offering or not? His bhagam, avirbhagam, mitrasya chakshusha. It's another deva called Mitra. Mitra, Varuna, the different aspects, the different devas are there. And these you can see even today as the sun rises, it goes through different, we call it at different levels of heat, different levels of light, different levels of intensity, whatever you may want to call it. But you can see that they go through different aspects of this. Each one is called a Mitra, Varuna, Surya, Aditya. There are so many names associated with Surya, with the sun, that denotes each of these aspects. So Mitrasya Chakrusha, let this Bhagaha, Mitrasya Chakrusha Ikshate, let him look at the havis that has been offered to him, that his portion, since he doesn't have eyesight, let him see that through the eyes of Mitra. Okay, now see what Paramasivan says is that for Daksha, he has given him a goat head. For Bhaga, he says, you will have the power to see through Mitra's eyes what is being offered to you. Okay, that is that slokam. Prajapatehe dagdha sishnaha bhavatu ajamukam siraha mitrasya chakshusha ikshate bhagam swam barshishaha bhagaha. Number 4. Pusha tu yajamanasya dabbihi jakshatu pishthabhuk devaha prakrita sarvangaha ye ma ucheshanam daduhu. Pushatu yajamanasya dadbihi jakshatu pishthabhuk devaha prakrita sarvangaha yema ucheshanam daduhu. Pusha was another deva that ridiculed Surabharaman when the humiliation, disrespect was being meted out to him by Daksha. What did Pusha do? He was laughing, showing his teeth. So his teeth were taken out. in that battle that ensued. So how is it now? What is going to happen to him now? You see, Pishta Bhuk Pushatu. Pishta Bhuk. Bhuk means to eat. Pishta means flour, soft things. Okay. So that Pusha, because it doesn't have any teeth, that's all he can eat. Right? So Pishta Bhuk Pushatu, the one who can eat only soft things made out of flour, okay? Basically, we say in Tamil, mavu, that's all he can have. It doesn't require any teeth to have it. But then what happens if some food is there to be given to him that he has to chew? The teeth are required for chewing. For that, Bhagavan says, Pishtabhuku Pushatu, the Pusha who is capable only of eating flour, Yajamanasya Dadbihi, through the teeth of his own Yajamanar, which is Daksha Prajapati, Jakshatu, let him chew that through the teeth of Daksha Prajapati. Pushatu, Yajamanasya Dadbihi, Jakshatu, Pishtabhuku. Devaha Prakruta Sarvangaha Ye Ma Ucheshanam Daduhu. Ye Devaha, which Devargal, may to me Ucheshanam Daduhu. They offered the corresponding residues, the residual offering from all the Yajnangal to me. Those Devargal who made the offering to me, they Prakruta Sarvangaha, let them all get all their various parts of the bodies and everything, let them be rejuvenated and let them get it back. Pushatu Yajamanasya Dadbihi Jakhratu Pishtabhuk Devaha Prakruta Sarvangaha Yema Ucheshanam Daduhu. Ucheshanam in Yajna is a very important aspect. Narada got his Atma Vidya by eating the Ucheshanam from the leaves of the Chatvaris during the Chaturmasya. Now, what is it Ucheshanam? When the great Mahangal, even Avatar Purushan himself, for example, he comes and then he eats, and whatever is left behind on that plate, that you take it. Okay, that is Ucheshanam. Now, we call it in our language, for you and me, we call it as Echal. Echal is nothing, the same thing. Ucheshanam, that Echal comes from that. But when a Mahan eats something, there is no Echal there. It's only uplifting, gives you Atma Vidya itself. Now here, in the Yajna, after the Mantrangal are done, a corresponding offering, the so-called residual offering. Residue means not what is remaining, but the end of it. At the end of it, there is what we call, Purnahuti and everything else that we say. That final thing after that is offering to Bhagavan. So here says, Ye Devaha, Ucheshanam Me Daduhu. Whatever was left there, the corresponding offering, Me Daduhu, they gave it to me. That those Devaha, Prakruta Sarvangaha, Prakruta, let them get all their body parts and everything be rejuvenated, come back to normalcy. Number 5. Bahubhyam Asvinaha Pushnaha Hastabhyam Krita Bhagavaha Bhavanti Advarjavaha Cha Anye Baskasmasruhu Bhruguhu Bhavet. Now one more person left over, Bhrigu Muni. What was he doing when Daksha was acting like this? He was twirling his mustache, right? So the mustache was cut. So for that, Bhagavan now says, Bahubhyam Asvinaha Pushnaha Hastabhyam Krita Bhagavaha Bhavanti Advarjavaha Cha Anye Bastas Masruhu Bhruguhu Bhavet. Anye Advarjaha Cha. The remaining priests and Purohitargal and Brahmanas who were conducting the yagam, Asvinoho Bahubhyam. Now, those Devargal who offered to me, let them get all their parts back, body parts back. Okay? But Anya Advaryacha, the other people, other Brahmins and Purohitargal and all that who were conducting yagam, but who did not make the offering to me, Asvinoho Bahubhyam. Asvini Devargal Bahubhyam with their hands, their shoulders, by their hands. Pushnaha Hastabhyam. Bahu is shoulder, Hasta is hand. So two different parts, okay? So, Asvinoho Bahubhyam Pushnaha Astabhyam. By the shoulders of Asvini Deva and by the hands of Pusha Deva, Anye Advaryacha, the other Purohitargal, by their Krita Bhagavaha Bhavantu. Let them become fully enabled with functioning hands, so to speak. Krita Bhagavaha, because their shoulders, everything has been cut. Now let them get their hands not in their own body, but whatever they want to carry it through their hand, it will be done through the shoulders of Asvini Deva and the hands of Pusha Deva. Now, Bhruguhu Basta Smasruhu Bhavet. Now, Bhrugu, his mustache has been cut. Basta Smasruhu. Smasruhu means mustache. Basta means goat. Now, interestingly, what Bhagavan says is Daksha is now given the head of a goat and the beard of a goat. A goat has got a beard. Let that beard become the mustache for Bhrigu Muni. So that is what he says here. Bahubhyam Asvinaha Pushnaha Astabhyam Krita Bhagavaha Bhavanti Advardyavaha Cha Anye Bastas Masruhu Bhruguhu Bhavet. So with that we will stop today. I know it's only half an hour, because with Bhagavan's Anugraham, the next section is now Maitreya says. This is what Sivaperuman says. Okay, let Yagam be completed very happily. Let Daksha get his head back, but it will be a head of a goat. Then he tells what's going to happen to Bhaga and Pusha and all that. Then he says what happens to Bhrigu, right? So this is what now he has spoken. Then Maitreya now describes what happens after this. Then after that, Daksha will now speak. With the goat head, he's actually got all his intelligence, everything is there. The shape of the head does not determine your buddhi. In spite of what we think scientifically, the brain is developed, not developed and all that, but brain is not buddhi. Brain is just a physical organ, okay? And made out of those 5 elements. But buddhi is something beyond that. That is vivekam, that is intelligence, that's part of the mind, okay? And so Daksha now, with the goat head, he will be speaking. And after that, the Devargal, then Maitreya will again describe what happens. And then the Devargal will offer their prayer to Vishnu. So those things we will take up one at a time. So next section will be Slokam 6 through 12. So there are 6 slokas which we cannot cover in the remaining time. So we will take it up with Swami's grace next session. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santit Santit Santihi. Harihi Om.